Welcome everybody back to Nine's Corner. I hope everybody's feeling well, doing well, and I had to bring it outdoors today. I thought I'll just try it because the sun is shining and the sky is blue and the air is fresh, but the wind is high and it is on the chilly side, but I'm out here getting my vitamin D. And just as a side note, I follow this UK doctor, Dr. Joseph Campbell, and he is so fantastic. Just my opinion. And one of the things that he said is vitamin D is really important to ward off viruses. So it's really important that if wherever you're to and you get a little bit of sun, try to get out, even if you only get out your window. So I thought today we need to look at what's happening in the States, because if you're looking at the actual states, it's starting, almost like the civil war is happening, because you've got the states saying, okay, you gave us the power, you took no responsibility, and now we're going to continue on our way. And Trump is getting red-faced. I mean, literally, the image I get is a clown. Just Trump's face with a little extra rouge, a little extra orange on his face, maybe a little blue eyeshadow, but it's almost like his face is getting redder and redder, and he is tumbling. It's too much. Between the pressure he's having to come up with the goods, to come up with the money, to do what the Republicans put them there to do, and what Russia and China and all the other people, and there's so many. See, that's what we have to not lose sight of, that there are a lot of people, enablers, that are from the bottom going, yes, yes, get this done. And Trump, he's a clown, and he's starting to burst. So I thought, let's have a look and see how is Trump going to react to Como and all the different states, because not everybody, but there's going to be a group of them that are going to say, hey, we're flying solo, and Trump might be enticed to say, no, everything's open now, this is how it's going to work, and he's going to get pushback. And it's going to be hard, because as much as we all wanted to be like, people would say, yes, put people first, we're already seeing protests of people saying, no, we need to work. I mean, to come to great change and for people to come to the time of Aquarius, it's going to take some pains. It's going to take some growing pains, and that's what we're experiencing. So as much as we need to manifest what's best for everybody, don't lose sight of the fact that sometimes the best things that ever happened to you, the things that you've learned the most from, are the times when you had the worst life experience or heartache, because through the tower comes great rebuilding, becomes great renewal. And shouldn't we all have the right to be born into this world with the right, just for the fact that we're human, the right to have shelter, to have health, to have some kind of base? Isn't it time for us all to say, look, no matter how many ways we try to do it, whether you're with the Republicans or whether you're with the Democrats, as long as the base is money and we're not trying to work as a world together to make it equal for everybody. I mean, it's scary. You're looking at China. Oh, anyway, I'm not going to get into that, because they're starting to push the racism button, and it's like, no, but then that's what has to happen in order for us to fix the problem. We have to see the problem. We have to be in the problem. So I'll keep going. I'm outdoors. I'm feeling really grounded. I'm feeling really connected, And I hope wherever you're to, that you're getting out and feeling this connection. So how is Trump going to react to some of the states rebelling? Because that's where it's headed. So, boys, this is going to be beginnings and endings. This is going to be seen on the world stage. This is going to be an uprising. There's going to be the groups that are going to stick with Trump. There's going to be states that will stick with Trump and the Republicans. But you're even going to see some Republican-led states saying, no, we can't follow Donald Trump, because I think this is Donald Trump putting it out there that I am the king of this world, and you're going to do as I want. He's probably going to over the next few weeks, maybe even less, he's going to be putting it out there that, hey, times are good. He's going to have support in that too. You're going to see the rhetoric come up, and it's going to cause more tensions, but that's what's needed for change. 10 of Cups. The reality is, just like we're saying, oh, Mother Nature is certainly giving us momentum here, because in order for the change to happen, there has to be something that is done on a world stage. And this is part of the process. So regardless of what happens, and what's going to happen is going to be an uprising. You're going to see pockets of continuous change for 2020, because what's in the dark has to come to the light. But it's going to be for the greater good of all. So that is like amazing. So let's put those back in, and let's have a look and see. Trump has defunded, or has suspended funding to the WHO. So you're going to see there's it's almost like everything that's coming out, it's going to cause debate, because even though you hate Trump, or those dislike Trump, hate, that's a strong word, for those who are against Trump, there's going to be a pocket of people that are going to say, hold on now, the WHO really is China-centric, and the WHO really did not just drop the ball, they threw the ball. They did wrong. Now, that doesn't take away from, wherever you're from, for me, for Canada, that doesn't take away from the fact that there was missteps by our government. But there's going to be people that are going to say, yeah, why are we funding the WHO when they're not even doing their job? Trump is going to build support for that. So let's look and see, will he continue? What's going to happen, past, present, and future, for the WHO and the relationship with the United States? With the WHO and the relationship with the United States. Because, everybody's praising Taiwan, and the WHO won't even recognize Taiwan. So that's, they're not without their fault, but they do have their purpose. But it's like everything else. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So rather than doing what they were initially meant to do, was to keep an eye on viruses and let the world know if something's happening, they've been politicized. They've had money be a factor to their decisions. So let's just look. Past, present, and future. So the past is from the bottom. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think this is definitely showing that we came from a place of it being something that was in service to people, and it has turned. The wheel is always turning, because there's always elements that are going to affect it. Money, politics. Future, or present, 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot of money in it. Even for the people who support the so-called Democratic side, there's people who are in it for the money, for the vaccinations, for the money that, is the business of big pharma. This all has to be destroyed. So I'm thinking right now, in the past, we had the Wheel of Fortune. Now we're seeing the money factor, the greed in it. And for the future, 7 of Wands. There's going to be a lot of debate about this, but I think this is showing that for Donald Trump and the administration as it is right now, they're going to stand strong on their position for right now. There's going to be a lot of battling, a lot of conversation, but you can't discard the people who support, the people who are with Donald Trump and the cult-like following that he has. So he is getting support from people that don't think the WHO should be getting the funding. Will he give in on it? Will he give in on the funding? Will he reinstate? Will Donald Trump reinstate the funding to the WHO? Will he find the pressure too much, or will he stand strong in his decision? full force ahead, guys. He is planning from the cards. It seems like he is planning to keep this plan on the go and to be forceful. He feels like this is something that will work for him and not against him. So I thought, you know, in this year of 2020, we are going to see things from the dark come to the light. And there's so much, you know, and we're going to touch on it in later videos, but I mean, we need to look at food shortages. It's already happening. Like, God help us. We're in 2020. Like, this change is not just for you or for your little individual community. This change has to be a world change. There is zero reason for there to be food being destroyed while there's people starving. There's no reason for food to be being destroyed and saying, oh, we can't make money off it, we can't transport it, we can't change it. Yes, you can. The only reason why you can't is because you say you can't. So this is world changing happening. So we need to shed the light on the dark, but we need the darkness so that we can see what is it that we're fighting, just like this virus. So I just thought, in this time of 2020, things coming to the light, let's have a look at those children that were caged on the border. Let's look and see, because I feel like their light was bright and now it's been diminished because there's so much else happening and we've gotten so egocentric that we're forgetting about these poor children that need our prayers. Now, for me, the only way that I can deal with horrific things and be able to do a reading on horrific things like children being caged and separated from their parents and where they are, who knows, and how much, who knows. But this is the year 2020 when those things are going to come to light. And it's also comforting to know that if you believe in us being energy and that we come and we go and we maybe come and have many lives, then death is something that we accept in starting this journey and that it's a purpose for it. So there's a purpose for these children. However dark it is, it's their way of putting the light into this world for positive change. And we really need to meditate for gratitude, meditate towards the good. It's really important. And that even starts just in your home, biting your tongue when you want to tell somebody, for God's sakes, shut up. Bite your tongue and say, you know what, my actions put out the vibration of what's happening in this world. So if you want kindness there, you have to start and fill yourself up, take care of yourself and fill yourself up with kindness, and then let it overflow and give it to others and let that become a ripple effect in this world, because that's what needs to happen. So let's have a check-in and see, not just for those children, let's look at 2020 and this coming time of Aquarius. Is this the time when we're finally going to see some positive things happening towards people keeping our children safe and people realizing that yes, there's a need for borders, that yes, there's a need to have, self-reliance where you live, because that's how we eat and all that. But then we also have to give every person who's born the same right as every blade of grass and every bird, the right to be imperfect in this perfect world. So let's start everybody out. They say we can't afford to just start everybody out and give everybody a little bit of, but yet they can come up with billions and billions of dollars to help everybody else. Like, it's just maddening. But all this is needed to get us to the other side. So let's have a look at how are the children, what's going to be coming for them in this 2020 and onward years of awakening. In the past, God bless them. They were here for a purpose. They were here to be the dark, to be the light that gets shined on it. You know, we all fulfill a certain destiny, and God bless them. They did this for the hope and for the best of mankind. Presently, boy, oh boy, isn't that something? The devil. Yeah, the devil's in the details. There is so much harm being done. But the devil is also something that doesn't have to continue. We are roped into it not because we have to, but because we choose to. So we can choose to be the change. for the future. 10 of Wands. You know what? When I see a 10, even though this is 10, this is stress, this is hardship, 10s tell me that we're on the verge of a new beginning. So this is the pain, this is the things that we have to go through. These are the things that we have to look at in order to be in that loving place of change. So, and even though I'm outdoors, hold on. I don't know if you can see it. I got my candle lit for each and every one of us. All right, guys, that's my reading for today. And I hope that if it's raining or snowing or nighttime there, that the sun and the blue skies and the trees are giving you the energy to take a deep breath and be grateful for that breath, and then send that breath out to the universe as your calling, that we need to collectively take a deep breath and know that what's happening is for the greater good. So, wishing you light for your darkness. Have a great day. Take care.